Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be working on the K1100 Cafe Racer build. Now if you're new to the channel, this is my K1100. It was the LT version, and make sure you go check out the whole build process to this point. I stripped it all down and painted it, and we're going with the yellow calipers and little accent yellow pieces, and we don't know what color the tank's going to be yet. Well, I do, but you guys don't. So if you're interested in things like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Okay, so I have my frame sitting here just to get everything mocked up and ready to cut the frame and weld our little hoop in. I am going to take it to someone to go get welded because I don't have a welder. But I will get it to the point so all they have to do is just weld up the frame. So first, let me go in and grab the seat and show you guys that. She cutie, ain't she? This is pretty much the same interior as my BMW and also my wife's BMW. I also have a single turbo 335i, if you guys haven't seen that either. So yeah, another reason to subscribe, and also my wife's 440. Anyways, we're on to bike stuff right now. So yeah, but this is like that saddle brown or whatever BMW calls it, and I also got cross stitching just because I like it. And I got the brown stitching because that's what my car has inside too. Now I don't want to mock everything up with just a seat on the frame. I do want to put the tank on there just in case it moves it any which way, even though I'm pretty sure the holes go straight into the factory holes of the crossbar there. But just to make sure everything lines up right, I haven't painted my tank yet, and this is one of the main reasons why I haven't, just in case I scratch it up while I'm ripping the seat on and off like 1,000 times. Okay, cool beans. Everything fits up pretty darn good. Like I said, you also have a little gap there. That's basically what the factory gap was anyways, like that little gap right in there. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. And now that I have this on here, I almost like the color. But I don't like the color, so it's not what it's going to be. So I want to know about what you guys think down in the comments down below. If I should cut this section out. I mean, I do think it would look better with this cut out, but also I kind of like the idea of having a little lock for my helmet thing. I do think it will look a lot better with everything kind of taken out. But on the other side, we do have to keep it because that's what the shock hooks up to, but it's not as big and obvious. Even if I wanted to keep this, I do think I have to cut it at least like right to here to get that hoop to do a full circle on there. So sadly I think it's going to come off anyway. But I did want to kind of measure it underneath here to see if I could fit a plate under here to put like my ECU, the ECU for the engine. I am still keeping this stock like ignition system box up there, but if I end up not liking it, then I will just rip it out and put it in an M unit. Alrighty, so this is our rear seat hoop here. There she is. Alright, so it's looking, if I cut it pretty much anywhere from here on, I can cut this to split the difference. So as you can see here, I got this perfectly lined up with my skills. Got the 2 pieces of tape there. This should be decently straight, so when we throw this sucker on there, all we have to do is cut it a little bit so then it can mock it up a little bit easier once we get this whole entire back piece chopped off. First I gotta chop this back piece off into 2 little pieces to shove right in here, but I can't do that right now really because it is also 2 o'clock in the morning, so we gotta wait until like at least 9 to start chopping things up. So while we wait for the sun to come up, we can go and refurbish some things.
3, 2, 1, let's go. Let's go.
Okay, now after I grinded all this down, I kind of smoothed everything out with a Flappy Boy disc, alright? And this back section here, I have this hoop all pretty much mocked up on there. Remember those little tiny pieces that we cut off, the little chodes that we cut off? I shoved them in there. Now the sucker's on there. It just, when they weld it, it needs to be brought up a little bit, I guess. But yeah, here, I'll throw the seat on there so you can see it. So that's pretty much what it's gonna look like. I mean, it'll look a little bit better when it's all bolted down and everything, but kind of from the top angle, I wanted to have this like line around this kind of be all even. So when this sits down, it sits on there nice and even all the way around. And this bolt down here, I'm gonna ask on the welded tab on here, so then this little stud here can be bolted down and everything's flush on the seat. Okay, so while we wait on the frame to get welded, we are going to clean up this exhaust and hopefully make her look nice. By the way, this is a K1100 exhaust. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. Okay guys, I really couldn't help myself. I kind of threw the wheel on here. By the way, these are the tires I got. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but yeah, wheels and tires are mounted. I just threw it on here to get an idea of what's going on. I had them weld that little tab on here and the little hoop here. I kind of shaved down the little weld marks and stuff to make it kind of look smooth when she puts it on here. Couldn't help myself putting this onto the actual bike and starting to actually look like something now. Super excited about that. But before we actually mount her on there and get her like fully mounted, I have to paint the whole thing. I gotta clean it all up and make sure it's ready for paint, and then I'll paint her up gloss black, and then I can drill the hole back in here for the back of the seat to poke through there, and this frame will be done, I'm pretty sure. So really hyped on that, so let's get to it. Okay, so this is all cleaned up and ready for paint. As you can see, I got all the little divots of the rust out of the back here because it's raw steel. So, yep, got everything cleaned up with wax and grease remover. So let's get down to painting it. You're not going to be able to see me paint it because it is also 7:30 at night.
346 minutes later.
Okay guys, next morning here we got this. Don't mind all my mess going on here, okay? It's a work in progress. But so we got the frame on here. I just couldn't help myself. I had to throw it on, and the velocity stacks I just chucked on there. These are not going to be chrome domes for long. I gotta paint them, but just look at it. This thing's freaking sick. I just had to throw it on here just to see what it would look like, but it looks really freaking cool. With the hoop on there, everything's gloss black. Everything looks basically brand spanking new on this thing. Alrighty, so now that I kind of have this mocked up on here, I'm going to take the seat and put it on here and kind of scrape a little bit with the bolt that's on the back of the seat just to see where to drill the hole in for this tab, so then we can clamp the seat down all the way through. Okay, so now we got that new hole put in there. I'm gonna throw in the gas tank and the seat just to see what this thing looks like. I'm super excited about it. My bike is finally starting to look like an actual bike now. I mean, this tank has to come off, get sanded down and bonded and painted still, but other than that, I just wanted to see what this would look like with the gas tank on there, and it looks freaking sick. Super excited on how the seat turned out and the seat hoop. As you can see, the hoop kind of wraps around the seat-ish all the way through, so you can see a little bit of the bar around it. Kind of what I was going for, so that's good. And I really like the seat. This color combination isn't as bad as I thought it would be, but it's still going to be changed. As you can see, I took out the velocity stacks. I'm actually priming those right now with the paint. I'll grab some more black paint because I used all the rest for this frame. I wanted all of it to be coated with black paint just to make sure that none of it rust. But now time to take this stuff back off because we got other things that need done. Okay, so it's the next day and we got all of these velocity stacks primered and ready for some gloss black paint. Okay, so while we wait for the velocity stacks to dry, we're gonna put on the radiator and radiator hoses. Alrighty, this thing is starting to actually look like a bike here, but yeah, I got the radiator on, all the radiator hoses are all buttoned up, so that part is done. Next thing we gotta do is throw on our freshly painted velocity stacks. I'm not gonna clamp them down because I just want the paint to cure over the week before I put clamps on them and then mess up the paint. Okay guys, that's pretty much what we're gonna do for today's video. I really like the velocity stacks down here. They look super cool. Like I said, I'm gonna put the little hose clamps on there whenever I get them. And also our nice rear hoop turned out awesome. Finally happy to see this bike finally coming together. Next video we got something going up here for some custom triple clamps that's been taking a little while to come in, but they're finally here today, but that will be another video. Also, thank you so much for watching today's video, and if you like this type of content, make sure you hit the subscribe button and give me a big old thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next video.